Edwards, shortstop of the Miami Marlins. Xavier, what got you into baseball, man?
My dad played the minors, so that kind of helped me when I was a little kid. I was between baseball and tennis. I have an older sister who played tennis through college.
Tennis?
Yeah, so I played a lot of tennis growing up, actually around here. And then ultimately I just picked baseball because of the team aspect. I liked having teammates and guys I could play with, bounce ideas off of, and compete with.
And then why shortstop? Was that what your father wanted you to play?
Yeah,
or you somebody that you looked up to?
No, I mean, I definitely had players I looked up to, but yeah, my dad wanted me to play short. I was right-handed, I was quick, I had good hands, so...
and you had a gun, too.
Yeah, so shortstop was the position, and I bounced around a little bit, but now I'm back.
Anybody that you used to look up to when you were growing up that you said?
Yeah, Jeter, of course, being from New York. I love Jimmy Rollins, I loved his game.
J-Rod.
Yeah, good player, you know, smaller guy like myself, could really pick it, could hit, could run, could do all the stuff that I try to do.
Did you ever meet Rollins, man, J-Rod?
No, I haven't met him. Haven't met him before. We'd love to.
You should. You remind me of him. You know
Yeah.
what? When the way you play your game, your backhand, man, I was like, man, that's J-Rod right there. Now, why number 9?
Well, a lot of different reasons. First and foremost, it's my mom's favorite number. So that meant a lot to me to be able to get the number 9 back. I'm born August 9th, so that was just another part of it. And so, yeah, it's been my mom's favorite number and mine for a long time. So when I had the opportunity to get 9 back, I jumped on it.
Xavier, you know, when you got drafted and you started playing in baseball, unfortunately the pandemic hit. What did you do in that off season when you couldn't work out and you couldn't play?
I trained a lot at home, and I just enjoyed some downtime. You know, it was the first time, like I just said, my birthday's in August, so it was the first time I was able to be home for my birthday in probably 15 years.
Well, was it a little like upsetting that you couldn't play on an everyday basis? That now I got drafted, I got to play, and you know.
Yeah, I mean, it was a little. It was. I got drafted in 2018, so it was about my second year. Yeah, I was a little disappointed not to be able to play, but it was a blessing nonetheless. Getting to spend the extra time with family and loved ones, time that you look back on and you're grateful for that you got it, because with this crazy baseball life that we live, having those like middle months, that summer off, is something that we just never have.
A lot of people don't understand the life of a baseball player. You give up going to the beach, hanging out with your friends in the summer. It's a struggle, especially when you're taking baseball serious. When did you start taking baseball serious? That you said, you know what, I'm going to make a living out of this?
I mean, I was taking it serious from a pretty young age.
With your pops, right?
Yeah, my pops. Both my parents are very competitive. They instilled that in me pretty early on. Competing with my sister on the tennis court, and then my friends playing baseball when we were younger. So pretty early, I'd probably say around, maybe middle school. It's not necessarily that I had pro in my sights. It was just that my parents raised me to work hard and have a good work ethic, and to do whatever I'm doing to the best of my ability. And so I was giving it all I had for a long time, and it just happened to work out this way.
Now, Xavier, you know what? Obviously, I'm sure that your father wanted you to be a baseball player to reach the major leagues.
Right.
When you reached the major leagues, who was happier, you or him?
Oh, man.
He probably was him.
I want to say him, but I was happy just for the both of us. He played, he got to AA, and he had an injury. He never made it to the big leagues. He instilled so much knowledge and time and energy, him and my mom both. So I was really happier for them that I made it here, and that all their sacrifice and their time wasn't for nothing, and that I was giving it my all and putting it to the best of my use. So
my son looks just like you, plays shortstop and stuff like that, and when he was growing up, at the beginning, it was hard for him to understand what baseball, the hard work, the dedication. Did that ever happen to you? Back off. Did your father let you live your life, or just he was in you all the time? Look, this is how you got to play. This is how.
I feel like he taught me everything I knew about the game. He taught me how to play. And he kind of left it up to me a little bit as I was getting older. He knew that, he could only want it for me so much. But at some point, I was going to have to make the decision that I'm going to pursue this. I'm going to work at it as hard as I can. And I'm going to have to come up with my own kind of motivation and drive, because he can only push me for so long. He can only push me so far. But I'm going to have to take it the rest of the way after that. So I think we kind of found that balance as I was getting older, and it's helped a lot.
Was height ever your height ever a problem with the scouts, different scouts coming up to come see you? Because children, they always want 6'5" or something.
Yeah, I mean, I think people have said things about my height and, you know, bigger guys, 6'1", whatever, playing shortstop. But for me, you know, I think my height has been an advantage.
That's right.
I think it's easy to count the little guys out. And
you know what, man, the way you hit, brother, hey, you hit like a giant, my man.
I appreciate that. I appreciate it.
And your thought process when you're at the plate, it's just, listen, you know what you want to do, you're a student of the game, or you just go out there, hey, ball got to come through here?
No, I mean, I think swinging at strikes is the biggest thing. Guys up here, pitchers, they're really talented. They got really good stuff. So just kind of trying to keep it as simple as possible. Swinging at pitches in the box over the plate that I can handle is universal regardless of who's on the mound. That's something I can bring with me into every at-bat, and it's something I try to bring with me every at-bat. And my approach is kind of the same as it's been from all along as a kid. You know, hit line drives to the big part of the field, spray the ball, use the field, find those holes. You know, so.
So did you understand at an early age that you weren't going to be a home run hitter? Because that's always the problem with kids. They always want to hit the long ball. Do you know that, hey, I got to stay within my game, hit line drive, this is what my bread and butter is? Absolutely.
My dad taught me how to bunt. One of the first things he taught me how to do was how to bunt. I'm a natural right-handed hitter. He taught me how to hit left-handed. And when you're a kid, you know, now, you know, my left arm is closer to my right, you know, a lot more closer to even. But as a kid, you know, when you're right hand or left hand dominant, the difference between your two arms is so vast, it's so big. So like left-handed, I would literally just bunt, and like if I didn't get the bunt down, I would literally switch to right-handed mid at bat. So it took a long time for me to actually like get that going and finally get confident enough to swing left-handed in games. So yeah, like with that, learning how to switch hit and what comes with that as a kid, yeah, it was just stay within myself. I knew I wasn't gonna be a power hitter, especially left-handed. With all that time I had to spend getting the left-handed side up. So yeah, I kind of knew from an early age. And
you know, that's one of the hardest things for anybody to understand and read their body.
Yeah.
What the role that they have to do as a baseball player, man. And you've done it at an early age, man. So listen, your pops did it right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, you did.
Did it right, man.
Yes, sir.
Listen, man, thanks a lot for your time and courtesy, brother.
Appreciate
and I hope in about 20 years, man, we're talking about your time here, your first year with the Marlins.
I appreciate it.
Appreciate it, brother.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Arancy. I want you to subscribe to La Cinco Esquina.